So it's important to recognize that personal managers really need to have an understanding of the dynamics of the music industry. They also have to understand the dynamics of the companies that they're approaching to help and assist the artist in their effort to reach a wider audience and become even more successful. So a personal manager that signs to the record company really needs to know and understand and have a relationship with all of the key people within the record company, from the president through all of the vice presidents of all of the various areas, marketing and promotion. The manager needs to know the regional promotion reps, radio reps. They need to know also radio programmers and get to know them. They must also have an understanding of the business affairs department and who is the head of the business affairs department. Sometimes if you have a good relationship with the head of business affairs, you might have a little more leverage in negotiating a better deal. You also need to understand the politics of the companies that you're dealing with. Is this company profitable? Will that company be viable for the second and third record? Will you have the kind of support that you need, both financial and as well as having the manpower to really promote the artist, to take the artist from one level to the next with that particular company? What's the image of the record label? Does it release the kind of music and have a history of releasing the kind of music that really falls into the genre of the artist that you're working with? So it's important not only to understand the dynamics of the industry, the dynamics of the record company and publishing company that you're dealing with, but also all of the other companies that your artist might do business with for endorsements and sponsorships. Does the brand of that company that your artist is going to endorse, will that help build the artist's brand and really take the artist's career from one level to the next? Personal managers have to advise and counsel the artist on a number of different manners. They don't call them personal managers for nothing. They have to deal with the artist's personal lives and making sure that the artist's personal life really reflects what they're trying to project professionally. That's a tough thing to do now with social media. The connection between the artist and their audience is so immediate with Twitter, Facebook, and the paparazzi. So it's very important for the personal manager to really help the artist have the proper perspective of the importance of them maintaining that professional image, even in their personal lives. If not, it could really work to the detriment of the artist. The personal manager needs to understand what studios are really creating the recordings, the powerful product that are really affecting the industry and could really benefit their artist if the artist recorded in the studio. Who are the hot engineers that can create the kind of sounds and add and contribute to the powerful product that can launch the artist's career? Something that's becoming very big in the industry are artists performing on other artists' recordings. In other words, making guest appearances. This is another aspect of the recording realm that the personal manager is going to be very involved with. The personal manager should advise their clients on the types of royalty rates they should receive, the amounts of the advances, and really work with the artist attorney in achieving a contract that's worthy of their status. The personal manager counsels and advises the artist on touring, a very, very important part of an artist's career currently. The manager is going to really talk to the artist and, like a Shelley Berger, might tell them, no, it's not time to go on the road yet. The price isn't right. Your routing on the tour may not be right. Those are the kind of things that personal managers have to look into, the scheduling, the routing. They may have to counsel and advise as to how many people the artist should take on the road. Is it important to take more people? Is it important to have a more production as far as a new lighting system, to staging that's really going to help the artist project an image that can be of benefit in pitching to sponsors and in products to endorse? That's a possibility. Another aspect of a personal manager's job in counseling and advising the artist is scheduling. The schedule of the artist is very, very important. The artist, particularly today, have so many things. There's only 24 hours in a day. But the new artist manager is going to be really concerned about the artists being able to participate in social media, making sure that they're tweeting regularly. But in addition to that, they also have to deal with some of the old school aspects of marketing and promoting artists, dealing with radio interviews. That's one of the tough things that happens to artists when they're on the road and they're touring. Many times they have to get in the city very early in the morning to do radio interviews during drive time. So it's very important for the manager to schedule the tour so that the artist can get in time to rest so that they can have a great interview to promote their show and promote their career. When is an artist going to go on tour as opposed to staying off the road and recording the next album? When is the artist going to perform their next video? When is the artist going to do commercials for the products that they're endorsing? All of these activities have to be coordinated. I think about Matthew Knowles. Matthew Knowles managed Destiny's Child and the great Beyonce. And I'm sure he had a tough time at the beginning of this century as his daughter pursued a solo career and had a big first record. And at the same time was scheduled to film a movie, The Fighting Temptations. So it was important for him to really coordinate the time that she was going to be on tour, the time that it took to shoot the movie, the time it takes to develop a commercial campaign for the product that she's endorsing, or really coordinating with other companies that are providing sponsorships for their tours. The artist's day really has to be mapped out very carefully. And the personal manager is a personal manager because they have to make sure that the artist has enough time off so that when they're on, when they're performing, they have the kind of energy that they need to deliver that dynamic, powerful product, powerful performance.